Okay. 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 I know the season's not over yet. There's 2 more games for the Denver Broncos, and then there's playoffs for all the other teams that are gonna make it. But I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna make my Broncos off-season guide. Let's go. This is our off-season guide for this Denver Broncos team, who's a mess. And I could get my season prediction right on 7-10. It's possible. We could lose to Chad Henne, and we could lose next week to fucking Herbert the pervert. So we could lose next week. It's not out of reach. But I don't know what I'm gonna say. This is my guide for George Paton. If you're watching this, which I know you're not, this is my off-season guide for the Broncos. I think I got like 5 main things. Number 1, clean house. Clean house. That's the front office, the staff, the strength and conditioning coach. Anyone. Clean house. Get rid of them. Joe Ellis, John Elway, thank you for your services. Guys are fucking old and senile. Get out of here. Especially John Elway with his meddling. I never want John Elway to be a part of the Denver Broncos again after his tenure. 6 years of fucking miserable football. The most wins we had in these 6 years was 7. So it's not good. I haven't seen double-digit wins since 2016, 16. I just want 10 wins, for God's sake, and to make the playoffs. I don't care even if we get blown out. At least I'm happy we made the playoffs. All right, number 2, find an identity on offense. Are we a run-passing team? Are we a run team? Are we a passing team? We don't know. We don't know because last game we passed the ball like 22 times, ran the ball, and we couldn't do shit. The games that we won, our running game won us the game. So I don't know. And then we in the games we lost, we go pass heavy. Is that a pattern? I don't know. Like, Javonte Williams is going to be our running back next year, so he's going to be our starter. Melvin Gordon's going to be gone. I think number 3 for the guide, get George Paton full control of this team. I want to see his vision. I want to see how he does as the, getting the full keys, because I know John Elway's still meddling. I know George Paton probably has some say, but Elway's still giving him advice, still making improvements. So I don't like John Elway. I want him gone. Give George Paton the keys. The players that he's gotten this year: Weatherly, the drafted players, Browning, Surtain, Miners, like a bunch of guys. They've been helping this team make it watchable, and that's really hard. So yeah, so let George Paton carry the load. Let him get his vision. Number 4, get a good coaching staff. Simple. I don't know who's gonna be our head coach, offensive coordinator. I don't know if we keep Ed Donatell, then we can just keep the same schemes as Vic Fangio. Like, if we keep Ed, then I think Ed is okay. He's a solid coordinator. I know Vic probably calls all the plays. Ed probably has the same amount of plays. So I don't know if we'll keep Ed Donatell and fire Fangio. I don't know. I think Donatell's a solid defensive mind. And I know we make fun of him for him being a puppet, but I don't think he has that much power. But I know that he's probably smart when it comes to football. And I would keep Munchak as well, because I want him to fix Dalton Weisner, because Reisner hasn't. Since his rookie year, since Scangarello left, Reisner hasn't been really the same. So I hope he fixes him, and I hope he gets him back, and we have 2 good fucking guards next year. So get a good coach. I don't know who's going to be our offensive coordinator. Whoever we hires, like Buddy or whoever you're whatever. Our head coach, I want him to be offensive minded. Eric Bieniemy, Dable, Moore, Leftwich, one of those guys. I don't want defensive-minded coaches. Dan Quinn, I don't want Dan Quinn. I know he's an okay head coach. Like, to be real, he got a team to the Super Bowl. Who cares? If you get your team to the Super Bowl, even McCarthy, his team to the Super Bowl, you're all right in my book. Yeah, so I don't want a defensive-minded coach. As for, all right, number 4, draft well, get a quarterback. Quarterback is, it's not the number one issue. I don't care what anyone says. If this team we're a quarterback away. No, we're not. There's other things. I know quarterback's really important. It's one of the most important positions. The most important position. Doesn't mean we have to neglect the offensive line, defensive line, I think the receiving pieces we got are good. They're underperforming because offensive line's not doing that good, and quarterback play. Drew Lock, he played average today. He wasn't great, but he showed some promise. But we've been saying that for 3 years, so I don't like saying that. I wanted to say Drew Lock played great, but he didn't. He played okay. He played solid. Bridgewater's not good. Rippin, Gordon, Anthony Gordon, our practice squad guy. Who cares about him? Like, we need to draft a quarterback. We have the number 11th overall pick. I don't know if we'll draft a quarterback with that pick or in the second round, or we trade up to get one. I don't know. We got to get a quarterback. We got to address the offensive line, get a tackle. We need a long-term tackle. Bobby Massey ain't it. He ain't it. No. Garrett Bowles, he needs to step up next year. Hopefully he rides these next 2 games and plays better. He's turning into the old Garrett Bowles. I think Miners is like the only guy who's really legit on this offensive line because everyone else has regressed or just dog shit. Like, Cushenberry's not good. Reisner's regressed. Bowles has regressed back to his original form. We got to address the offensive line. D-line, like our plug-and-play D-lineman outside of Shelby Harris. We need to add another defensive lineman next to Shelby. I want a young, big, fucking defensive lineman who can stop the run. We need a guy like that next to Shelby because Purcell's just old. We'll probably get rid of him. He got hurt. I know we extended him last year, but we'll probably get rid of him. I don't know to do with Purcell. I don't think he's bad. He's just old, and we need to get younger. We got 2 second-round picks, 1 first-round pick, 2 third-round picks. So we got 5 picks in the first 3 rounds. I don't know what George Payton has up his sleeve, but I think we'll get a quarterback in the draft unless we go through like the trade route. The free agency route's bad because there's no good quarterbacks out there in free agency. Whoever signs a quarterback this free agency is going to have a bridge quarterback who's not even going to play the entire year because he's going to suck, or just a backup. So the free agency is not really the route. It's either a trade or the draft, in my opinion, for the Broncos. Kenny Pickett, Carson Strong. It's one of them. Sam Howell. What's his name? Malik Willis. There's a lot of quarterbacks. They're not sure things, but like it's better to gamble than to not pick one at all, like we did last year. We could have had Mac Jones, Justin Fields, but we didn't. We passed on them for Patrick Surtain, which is okay because I think Surtain's a beast and he's a piece that we need to add to the team because we needed a corner. So yeah, I think re-sign the players that are good, like Kenny Young. I don't know who else is a free agent, but we locked up the receivers who haven't been playing good outside of that Tim Patrick touchdown since the contract extensions. But, we'll see what happens when they actually get their bread because this year they're not making that much money until next year. That's it. That's my off-season plan for the Broncos. I know it's early because there's 2 more weeks left and anything could change. But I think most Bronco fans agree with me on the stance. Also, we need to get a safety to replace Kareem Jackson unless we believe in Kane Stearns. Because Kareem Jackson's probably going to go, not because he's bad, it's because he's is getting up there in age. And it's better to upgrade, get younger now than just let him decline. And that's not good for Kareem Jackson. Let him go to a good team like a team that needs a safety. I think that's really it. Yeah, upgrade the lines, quarterback, get rid of the staff, get rid of Elway. That's really it. Those are my plans. My off-season plan for this offseason for George Payton. He got a lot of work to do, but his first year as our GM, we won 7 games. So that's a good accomplishment for him. And I think I have a lot of optimism to see what George Payton does with this team. Because it's just a new face. John Elway's he's ruined this team for the past 6 years. It's good to see a new face, and his first year, he's actually done a solid job. So, yeah, that's it. Everyone have a good night. Day. Peace. Go Broncos. I just want to see this team get better. That's all I got to say.